Morning.
Morning, Dr. Vatt. So tell me, do you put data into the NVR?
Uh, it is a bit embarrassing. I'm sorry. I happen to be the chair of the vascular specialist committee, but I don't actually put it in the NVR. Sorry, I'm embarrassed about that.
And what do you think are the reasons that make it difficult for you to put data in?
Going back a long time, I started using it about 8 or 9 years ago when it first came, and IRs could put it in, and it was quite labor intensive. I had to look at blood results of the patients and all of that to do that, and it took a lot of time. I just didn't have the time. Also, in the beginning, for EVARs and all, I didn't have direct access into it. The vascular surgeon had to start input, and then I could only continue. So, for various reasons, I just never got around to it after that.
So the reason we're discussing this today is my name's Fran Sheehan. I'm the current NVR Clinical Research Fellow sponsored by the BSIR, and I work very closely with the NVR team, and we recognise that in IR broadly, we have a problem with our procedural data. We need to get better procedural data, and currently the NVR is the only registry infrastructure we have. And it was developed over 10 years ago now, and a lot of the data sets are very sort of historical, and we haven't been able to change them to adapt to current practice. And we are in a position now where we are able to make amendments to the data sets and make improvements to make the NVR much more useful and more relevant for the way our endovascular procedures evolved and how we can capture that and how we can use that information. So what do you think what would get out of the NVR for you that you think you would find useful to help with your practice or your outcomes?
Personally, if I can get an output every year of all the vascular interventions that I do, that'll help with my appraisal and revalidation process. In broad general, as an IR, I would like to see general annual results of various things that go on. We do lots of procedures, but we don't have lots of results, national results. And I'd like to see NVR as a registry for various index procedures, and we get to know how treatments behave.
So calculating your procedural numbers and directly relating that to the outcomes that
outcomes.
You personally as an operator.
As well as what happens at the national level for a certain procedure. For example, we speak about lots of the newer techniques, shockwave and all that, and we want to see what the results are from the registries, from the NVR.
Brilliant, thank you. I think the message that I'd like to give to the IR community is that we have a fantastic team within the NVR, and everybody within the team is really invested in making this the best possible resource we can for interventional radiologists. And that we've got amazing, our clinical leads, Dr. James Harding, Professor Colin Bicknell, are amazing and very, very collaborative. And we don't want this to be seen as a surgical registry. We want it to be seen as a collaborative registry that we can all use and we can all benefit from. And we're really keen to understand better understand some of the challenges that you've described about the registry and what we can do to fix it. So to that effect, we're going to put out a survey that's coming on behalf of the NVR team to BSIR membership coming out on the 8th of April. And we'd be really, really grateful for your feedback. Just tell us, what are the challenges you're having, what are the barriers you're facing, what is stopping you from putting data in, and how we can make that data more useful. And we'll do our best to improve things.